Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning.
Good evening.
Wherever you are.
You recovered that, innit?
Yeah, I started off.
I was quick though, I'll give you that.
Yeah, you recovered. There's a poor recovery, man.
Welcome back. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is DR Sports. This is the weekend roundup with myself, AG2. We've got Don, Robbie. Abbi's back around the table on a Monday morning. We love to see it.
Miss you guys.
Love to see it.
So's Martin. Martin's also back.
Can we see Clara? That's Clara on the back.
Clara. Oh, it says Clara on the back. No, they're taking a piss.
I tell you what, the editing badge has gone on, hasn't it?
Things have changed, man.
Big up. And of course, we've got Flex in the studio as well.
Big up.
Big up.
See, I feel like I don't see you that much these days.
I know. Well, was it last Monday?
Yeah, long time.
Oh,
Busy, man. Right, let's get into this show. We're obviously reviewing what happened last night in the round of 16. England make the quarterfinals by the skin of their teeth. 30 seconds to go, and Jude Bellingham scores an absolute wonder goal. Before we get into that, smash that like button. Let's get the likes up straight away. 1,000 likes, and Robbie, I don't know what you're going to do this time.
I ain't doing nothing.
Beg for Klopp again.
Listen, maybe we'll see a performance in the next game.
I don't know. We might do. If you are watching, let us know where you're watching from. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We've got loads of really cool streams coming up this week, so make sure you're involved. Is everyone all right?
Are you on them?
Yeah. Why?
Just wondering. You said really cool streams.
She's back.
Straight away.
She's back.
Yeah, straight away.
She's back.
She's got to come back
She's
and
missed
assert
this
herself.
though.
Exactly.
She's actually missed it.
100%.
We do want to find out why you were so. Is it because there's no Liverpool players in the England team? Why you? Because you were yesterday.
You didn't really care.
We spoke
when Slovakia scored, there was a load of energy. You were saying it loud. And it's happened. Slovakia have scored. I was like, all right, mate.
When England scored now,
you got Irish and, England. We've got Slovakian in there as well. I don't know, mate.
We spoke about it on the COP TV, so go and watch that.
Is it anything to do with the fact there are no Liverpool players in the team?
Well, you saw Trent and Gomez not looking very happy at the end of the game yesterday. Send them home, mate. If you're not going to play them, send them home.
I got no players in it. I'm
get them nice and wrapped up for when we go and play these helmets in South Carolina.
Do you think
at Old Trafford a few weeks later.
Do you think Liverpool players should be playing?
Well, yeah. I think obviously Kyle Walker should have come off at some point last night. He was having an absolute stinker, and if that was Trent, I'm sure that was the first thing we'd be talking about on the menu today. So let's have the same treatment for Kyle Walker. That's what I'm asking.
You think we've been picking on Trent?
Well, you have.
Because what I would say, right?
And you on Twitter.
Hold on.
Skinned up
what I would say is this, yeah?
Because he did.
What I would say is this, right? And I keep saying to you all the time, I always put the disclaimer in there to say that Trent's a brilliant player.
Thank you.
But he's not a midfield player. And since that Mainoo's coming
Rice said he is.
The team looks better balanced in the midfield.
Don't give a shit what Rice says, mate. Mainoo's coming.
Mainu.
You look better.
Mainu.
And poor Mainu, by the way. Poor kid. Only one who fucking put his foot on the ball, pass forward, do a bit in midfield. Poor kid.
Got a hook first.
Yeah, I'll speak to Gareth.
Play well.
Speak to Gareth, mate.
But he was on the yellow card. I think maybe
because
because inexperience.
Yeah, and the ref was moving mad as well.
Yeah, but
card happened,
it looks better balanced since he's been in the midfield. And that's why that time, when I was talking to you, I wasn't disrespecting. I wasn't disrespecting Trent Alexander-Arnold. I was just saying that he shouldn't be playing in midfield because we need a better balance.
You are disrespecting him because you're not saying put him at right back. Whereas
I'm saying
that.
Listen, that was a bad game by Walker yesterday.
Stayed on. I'm
not saying he should start as right back. I think Walker he starts, but I think he should. There's a place for him there.
Yeah, well, listen, man. That's what it is. We've addressed that. Now we can move on to the positive things that happen.
No, we've got to talk about everything.
Right? Let's talk about all of it.
Yeah. The whole because that yesterday was crazy.
The first 20 minutes, Slovakia could have been 2 or 3 up.
Oh my god, it was a disaster.
Honestly,
disaster.
Bad.
To say the least.
It's just basically it's a culmination of everything wrong that we've seen that Gareth has basically, apart from the Kobbie Mainoo change, all of the other glaringly obvious things wrong with the team. There's the stuff on the manager where you go, right, you're still not picking the right system. He doesn't want to change too much. When you look at his pre-match press conference, he was saying, yeah, but people sometimes say you need to make all these changes, but then you upset the balance, which we don't have, upset the balance of the team. Yeah. And he goes, that's why when you do really well, you're not always as good as you think you are, and when you do badly, you're not always as bad as you think. So he's basically saying, I don't want to put in wholesale changes, just 1 or 2, which he did. But the way that our main players, Jude Bellingham, we'll get to the heroics. Like, I'm just talking about the bad stuff first because it was heroics what he did. The type of performance he's been having in the last couple of games have been really poor. Foden, nowhere near it, just drowning on an island out there on the left. It's not working. Midfield, Declan Rice is doing the best what he can with the setup, but the balance is way off. He looks uncomfortable. He doesn't know where to pass it to because, again, the system's not right. It's been a mixture, like you said, of the Gallagher and the Trent, and it's just been an absolute mess. And at the back, we're shaky. Gahey's done his best to just give some form of stability, and he's probably been the best one out of all of them.
Although yesterday he was at fault for the goal effort.
A little bit of both, not really. I think Stones comes across too early.
I think if you actually watch the initial thing, he loses like the header.
And then what's his name? Kyle Walker, mate. I don't know what
he's all over.
He shouldn't even be. What's he doing there?
He's all over the place.
So it's a.
Did you see when Kyle Walker and Stones made that mistake? Where the guy, if he'd have been on target with that shot from the halfway line, that would have been a goal.
Oh my God! Exactly. So
was it Walker that passed
when I watched it back,
Walker and Stones,
calamitous,
unbelievable that resulted in that.
Because like we said yesterday, the replays were still showing you something.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I just see Thingy running back to his goal. But then what we've started doing is going, and I've noticed this, right? We can't help it. I'm involved in it as well as England fans. What we do is when shit goes wrong, we then start like taking away deficiencies from other players, acting like we said that they never had them deficiencies. So when Kyle Walker was moving mad, defensively, that's why he shouldn't play. Get Trent in there. All of a sudden now Trent's wicked at defending. All of a sudden Trent wouldn't have let that ball through the inside channel. Oh no, that wouldn't happen. All of a sudden that. First of all, after the Palmer, cameo against Slovenia. That's why you got to take Saka out. This is why he's rubbish. This is why this. This is why that. Saka had to play 3 positions yesterday.
Yeah.
3 positions.
Thought he's going to go and goal.
And Cole Palmer, listen, he's quality, absolutely quality. But all of a sudden now, Saka weren't the flavour. It must be Cole Palmer. He's the one. When realistically, it's a mixture between awful tactics and lack of balance and individuals who are not doing it. Because why? We've said that they're world class. We've said that they're this. We've said that they're that. But when it comes to the forefront, they need their respective players at their clubs who help them play in that manner. The way that Phil Foden is getting the ball and when he's receiving the ball and the timing of which he's getting it at is not the same as at Man City. Jude Bellingham, the same. Saka, how can all of a sudden he now can't go past anyone? He's now not creating. Because he's not getting the ball with the right timing in the right spaces and the ball's not being progressed how it does at Arsenal. Declan Rice. So there was one clip where I think Phil Foden was right in front of Declan Rice and Declan Rice fell over the ball, then passed it to Foden, then we just lost it and was on a counter-attack. Yeah. Like, we just look so off it. And Gareth has got to sacrifice the big names and just go with the right players for the right game plan. And he's not going to, though. So we're going to keep looking disjointed.
He's not going to do that. We know he's not going to do that. I totally agree with everything you've said. I mean, I looked at Harry Kane yesterday. I know he ended up getting the winner, but I've never seen Harry Kane have a performance like that. It looked like he had 2 left feet, didn't know what to do with himself. And that's not just him. We've seen that across the entire team this tournament so far. As Flex said, there's a real lack of service. Obviously, we see Kane come exceptionally deep in these games. He doesn't need to do that. What he used to do for Tottenham. And I think that is a big problem. Seeing Saka again, he hasn't been the worst at that front three, but looking at Foden, he's been awful. Kyle Walker, I don't know how he managed to stay on the pitch yesterday. And that's not saying get him off, Trent's better. That's saying, okay, well, he was having a stinker. We could have brought Trent on. And it also would have given us something different in terms of going forward as well, having Trent on instead of him. But he's never going to make those wholesale changes because if he didn't do it yesterday at half-time when the team was crying out for it, we're just not going to see that. But I think Cole Palmer did offer something different. I thought Eze did really well when he come on. I thought that he should have come on that first game against Serbia for me, and he didn't. Obviously, there'll be no Mark Gay for the next game, who I think's actually been brilliant this tournament. So we'll probably see someone like Konza come on and start. But there is so much attacking talent in that side. Like Anthony Gordon, I felt like he would have been perfect to come on yesterday, someone to break the lines.
Abbi, how can we all see that?
Well, because it's just, he obviously is a manager that is very defensively minded. He doesn't like to have people that are free flowing. He wants to have a very static approach to the game, which maybe in tournament football that is what might get you to a semi-final or a final. It's not how we would like to see it.
It's the 4th game of the tournament for England, yeah? Every single person, every fan, every pundit, every coach can see
absolutely
that the team is not balanced. There's nothing comes down that left-hand side.
But he'll still play.
Nothing.
He'll still play Trippier.
Right? Trippier.
He'll still play Trippier.
Cuts inside every time. We saw it yesterday.
He'll still play it.
But he cuts inside every time, and Foden's never even out on the left. Right? He's always inside. Right?
We don't have a left-hand side.
We've got.
No.
Doesn't exist.
We've got no balance on it. So if you're defending against England, which we've played pure teams that deploy low blocks, all they do is they say, right, what we're going to do is we'll concentrate on that right-hand side. Nothing ain't coming down the left anyway. We'll concentrate, we'll make it narrow in the thing, and we concentrate on that right. So when Saka gets it, we double, treble up, because we know that Walker ain't going past him either on that side, right? So it's easy to lock us off, right? So then all we're doing is relying on individual brilliance to get us through these games. And then the other thing, what I want to find out, right, is maybe I need to ring Ben White if I had his number and ask him. Because maybe the treatment that Ben White was getting, maybe that's been dished out to Gordon. Because I still can't work out how it's so obvious that we don't have nothing on that left-hand side. And we got a left-footed guy that had a brilliant season, that can go past players, got pace, everything on that left-hand side, and he can't get no minutes. Even yesterday, he didn't come on. The previous game, he was on for about 1 minute or something like that.
And he mashed up himself on the bike and they put him in a press conference.
Yeah.
Like he's a mate, like, you know what I mean? Like he's going to see the pitch.
This guy, I don't know
Man was
what
all
he's
scrape
done.
up and he's all explaining this big story. Yeah, also, mate, in the game, we ain't going to see you for not even 1 minute.
What has he done to not play? And I've said it before. If he don't trust him, because it seems to me that he doesn't trust him, then he should have bought Rashford or he could have bought Sterling, one of them that you trust for years.
Even Grealish.
And bring them in. Or Grealish. Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Why didn't he bring one of those guys if you don't trust this kid?
On Ivan Toney, right?
Stupid.
I thought, firstly, I said it yesterday, the fact that he was bringing him on for 2 minutes was disgusting.
Southgate said he was
said
disgusted.
That. But I have to say, Ivan Toney, give us something different.
Change the game.
Totally different.
Yeah, because we were going like...
Yeah.
He brought, listen, honestly, his tactics are so bad.
We didn't win that game because of what Southgate did.
Yeah.
We won it because Jude came to
individual brilliance.
Went from having a 1 out of 10 to a 10
Moment.
out
30
of 10
seconds
moment.
away from
That's
having
it.
to resign in the press conference, live on the
spot.
pitch. He was 30 seconds away from doing that. That was the worst England performance I've ever seen in my life.
That's worse than Iceland, that one.
Worse than Iceland. I mean, England lost to Hungary 4-0.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that a year ago. But
However, as I said,
we could see what needed to
however,
happen.
As I said it before, I said it on Best of Enemies on Friday. I see people give me loads of stick, right? I said it yesterday. He nearly come back and bite me. I said, this guy's so rubbish, Southgate. However, they can still win this thing.
Yeah.
Because he's the jammiest manager alive. And every tournament we go into, every qualification is easy. Every time we get into a tournament, look at the other side of the group. If we was on that side of the group with Spain, Portugal, France, we're out.
Germany.
Right? Germany. Because you know what? You can get away with it, but you're not getting away with it in them teams. Or you might get away with it once, but then in the next game, you're going to have France.
Yeah.
So you're out. But on this side of the group, I still think, right, and hear me out on this, as I said.
Here we go. Brace
With
yourself.
Slovakia. And even as bad as we are, we're better than Slovakia. So if we turn up, we got Switzerland in the next game.
Hard game.
We're not definitely better.
Switzerland have been playing well.
Mate, they could.
But if England turn up, if England actually,
if they turn up from now,
if actually turn up, they'll win. They can beat Switzerland. The other teams on the side of the group for England, that if let's just say, do you think on paper? I know forget the performances now, right? Are England better than Romania?
Yes.
Yes. Are they better than Turkey? Yes. Are they better than the Netherlands? Yes. Right. And are they better? What's the other team? Austria, who've played well in this tournament. Yes. Right. And I sort of equate it to. I'm not disrespecting it now, right? I'm not disrespecting
Remember,
it.
now he's good.
Flex. I'm not disrespecting it, right? I equate it, what I'm seeing at the moment, to United.
Yeah.
I
thought that loads. I thought that loads watching
United,
this.
when they won that League Cup, they had an easy run.
Oldham at
And then when they got to the final, they had a tough game in Newcastle. But you know what? The big man them turned up.
Yeah.
And they won the game. The FA Cup last year, they had a terrible season, man. People, you know what I mean? But all along they're getting easy games. Then when they got a tough game now at home to Liverpool, they just about.
Yeah, but
made
you know
it
what
over.
the difference is?
One second, let me finish. They just about made it over the line at that one. Then they played Coventry. Everyone say, yo. After that Coventry game, every United fans go, we got no chance, man. We'll get pumped.
No, it was winning. Up, mate.
Yeah,
3-0 up.
Yeah.
I thought you were 3-0 up.
No.
Yeah, we was.
Yeah.
3-0 up against Coventry.
Yeah.
What was the little United fans saying after that game? Worst performance ever seen. This,
One off
that.
the cup,
I know.
Maybe the manager shouldn't even be there for the final. This, that. They get to the final,
Untenable.
leading up to that final. Everyone's saying no chance, no point them even going. They're gonna get smashed by City. You know
can't
what?
wait for the Euros
The
to be
big man then.
We're so back as a joke.
The big man then for United turned up in that final, right? And they won it. And that's what I'm saying. He's so lucky.
Do you know why?
Because we're on the easy side of the
Robbie.
group.
All
It's
of that
the easier side of the group.
Robbie. All of that, what you said's cute. It really is, yeah.
But Flex,
This is the
what's
difference.
what is the next game?
Yeah.
What is that game?
What, Switzerland?
Quarterfinals. The
Yeah,
man's
you're right.
made it all the way.
No
so
problem,
far.
no listen.
Hold on a second. So far, he's made it to the quarterfinals.
Correct.
Playing rubbish.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
And when people, like, a guy was saying to me yesterday, he's going, yeah, but Robbie, man, one of my brethren there was talking, he's going, no, but look, when they come out against the Netherlands, man, I say, yo, Slovakia beat Netherlands too. So even a lot of the other teams ain't even playing good either.
When we get to the final.
These man could win it.
When we get to the... Cool, this way that the problem is... The
He could win it. I'm
The
not
only
saying he's
difference...
going.
No, of course.
But
we
he
can get
could.
to the final. Of course we
People
can,
say
right?
we're deluded in the chat.
Football's football, right? But the difference is, the biggest
How many
difference
they're in
is that,
quarterfinals?
listen, even Eric Ten Hag, with his stubborn ass self, changed things. Do you get that?
True.
When we was leading up to Man City and was getting licks, he didn't just roll us out in the same way. He said, "Rah, he didn't say "Rah, Bridgen." He wouldn't say that. But he said, "Rah, I'm going 4-4-2, mate. I need to change this." It took him ages to do it, but he's still done it. And
Could be like the this guy.
he's won stuff before. Yeah? Gareth Southgate, as we have clearly seen, what we're seeing with our eyes game after game. Let this sink in. I know because the counter to what you're saying,
Jammy.
the counter to what you're saying is this. We were 80 seconds.
Yeah.
80 seconds away from a bigger embarrassment than Iceland. And it's only because Jude, who was dropping his 0 out of 10 by that time, only because Jude done the I am him
why
moment.
The big man turned
Right?
up. That's what
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying. He's
I
jammy,
agree,
Flex.
but
He's jammy.
That won't keep happening.
It won't. But
It
also,
won't.
But also,
it
listen.
won't. And
that
when we
game-
play
that
against a
game
better
yesterday-
team than Slovakia, by the way,
Get smoked.
that's Slovakia.
I know.
No, Robbie.
I know.
Robbie. That was Slovakia.
No, but he's
Before
still
that,
alive.
who was the 0-0 against? Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yeah. What was the other draw
Denmark.
before
Denmark.
that?
Denmark.
Like, we ain't played no one.
I know.
Try and do that. Even against Switzerland, do that. I dare you.
I know, but you might not do that. That's the thing.
would you do?
Right?
What are we
You
gonna
might-
do?
You might listen. The next game,
we
they
gonna
might. The one thing I would say.
What's he going to change
Listen,
then?
What are you gonna do?
listen. By the way, listen. I'm not
What are you
defending
gonna
the
do?
guy.
Yeah, so what's he going to
Oh
change?
wait! Listen, I'm not defending him in any way. I'm saying this just by pure luck. This guy's he can get far because you think.
Yeah, you're
about
right,
it,
man.
Even when you think about it, you win that next game against. Say he goes out and does another horrible performance like what he's done.
Can I just
right?
ask you a question?
Let me just say.
Who's
Let me just
doing
say.
admin today? Is it Kenya?
Right.
I think it's Kenya.
Honestly, Kenya's killing you. Isn't
Right?
he?
If they do
what'd she say?
another,
She's just trolling.
listen
Robbie
to
the
me.
whole
If
time.
they do another horrible
My dad's
performance,
lost his
Flex.
boss. Go on.
get the reality of this thing.
The
Right?
reality is Southgate
Robbie,
shit.
man.
When
I
we
know
play
he's
against a
shit.
good
What,
team,
try to
we
know he's shit.
will lose.
Flex.
Whether that's in the final,
I agree.
whether it's in the semis, these lot will shit the bed. We ain't winning shit.
Flex, I know, right? But what I'm saying is, right?
And I hope I'm wrong, by the way.
If the man, he could put in another horrible performance and just scrape over the line against Switzerland, he's in the semi-final.
true.
Semis. You know?
Yeah, cool. But
Look how
We
many
got
other
to the
teams.
final of the last Euros. That's not
look how
progress.
many other teams have played good
No,
in this thing
Robbie,
and they're
it's
out.
not
Yeah, but
progress.
We don't want to be just
not
scraping over the
progress.
line.
No, I don't want to be.
Final, the
At
last
end-
thing.
I don't want to be, but this guy's
Me
jammy.
and
I
We got
agree.
to the quarterfinal of the last majors
Look, at the
anyway.
end of the day, you want to be getting the result regardless. Whether
progress.
you don't have to play the best football to get over the line, whatever. But at the same time, we want to be seeing better than we are. I watched Spain.
course.
Did anyone else watch Spain
Yeah.
last night?
Yeah, yeah.
The way that Spain are just cooking this tournament,
Brilliant.
unbelievable. We've got as
But-
much, if not more, talent than
But,
Spain.
yeah, but you know what? He won't. If he keeps going, he keeps winning, he won't play in Spain till the final.
And then
Say-
we'll lose in the
say-
final.
say-
Well,
So
it's
Spain,
Spain, Germany,
Spain,
innit? It might be
Spain.
all
My
Germany.
point
Then
being,
you
you
lose in
can't
the
just
final,
wait till you're
don't you?
playing them to then
I
start
know,
playing well.
but
You
a
need
one-off
to-
game, Abby, right? You can.
Yeah, but Rob-
in it.
Look, let's go.
Do you hear my
A
reason?
one-off game. We said
In a
one-off
one-off-
game. Italy at Wembley under the arch.
A one-off game.
Under the arch, 1-0 up.
By the way,
What happened?
By the way, I'm not saying...
One-off game, France, 1-0 up.
In no way am I backing Southgate. She's been sacked, right? And in no way am I saying that he's definitely going to win it. I'm just saying that I can just keep sitting down and seeing a route where this guy can go all the way to the final.
I just don't think he does.
Personally, I think they'll beat Switzerland. I think
not
beat
to
Switzerland.
play like that, or how they're playing against Slovenia, or Denmark, or Serbia.
In every position.
Do you know what he needs to do for the Switzerland game? Which he won't do, obviously.
Obviously.
He needs to go to a 5, I think. Me personally, with Gahey being out, he's the one bit of continuity you've got. For me, I'll tuck Walker in and go Stones, Konsa, and Walker. I'd bring in Trent, right wing back.
Nice.
I'd put Saka, left wing back. Foden hold bench. Go Bellingham, Rice, Mainu, and play Tony and Kane.
Nice.
Foden, by the way.
That's all he has to do.
He'll never do it.
Yeah, by the way, Foden.
That is all he has to do.
On the Foden thing, it's not a Foden hate because Foden's absolutely brilliant player.
Unbelievable.
But Rio Ferdinand, I want you now to come tell me, when you were telling me how world-class this guy is, where I ain't seen that yet, brother. Yeah?
He did score an offside goal.
And he should have held his run.
True.
For that.
It was a poor pass from Trippier.
Rio.
Bobbly one.
Rio, when you said, right, and I told you, I said, all right, you're talking about Champions League, and yeah, you're right.
Strong call out, that.
But what about, I ain't seen it yet for his country, and you told me. Right?
What about that time?
What about that time there, Rio? What about, hey, Rio? No, serious.
Let's get him in.
Because remember, Foden is a brilliant player, but he must be dropped because
100%.
Or this.
Never dropping him.
You can't have all of them.
No,
so if you either drop Bellingham,
exactly,
or
because to me Foden has to pay 10, right?
Exactly.
And he's a brilliant player, but at the moment he's had an awful Euros, man.
He has, but it is. I would say it's. Of course, players need to take accountability, but I'm not gonna lie, it's all Gareth Southgate's fault.
Yeah,
it is because what's happening. Remember, I said about the Jude and the 10 thing. Mm-hmm. The reason why Jude should play, right, is because of look. Yeah, so at any moment he can do that because of the season he's had. As well, and the moment he can find himself in the position he can pick up. But the problem, what we're trying to do, and this is, listen, I love Jude Bellingham. I love everything he's doing. I'm so happy that even after like loads of doubt, like you said, I don't mind that people getting onto him for saying, he's cocky, saying, why is he? Who else? Nah. When you do that in the 90 whatever minute, and
bad man,
bro, if we win, if we win the Euros, that could be one of the most important goals in England's history. Like recently, do you know what I mean?
Well, Harry Kane said
you get to say it, right?
That goes like the Beckham one,
absolutely,
and also the audacity to try that.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Well.
So you get to say it.
Mad.
But the problem is this: at England, one of the biggest problems is that putting Jude in the 10 in this team, which is why I said we can't do it, right? Is that he's not a facilitator of like. The build-up of how, especially in this team, we're not going through Jude.
Yeah.
He's not getting on the half spaces and linking up the play, and it's get the ball to Jude's feet, and he was having a disaster.
It was Jude's pass, by the way, that
Jude,
went
right?
for the
So
chance.
he was
it
involved in that.
Jude Bellingham
He's been struggling as the conduit to knit things together, as has Foden, because they're both.
But you know what?
In
one
a position
thing
where
I do agree with you. Like the tactics have been terrible and stuff like that, right? Obviously, there have been disgraceful tactics, right? But I still want to. You're a footballer.
They've got to find it.
You've got to step up,
find
Richard,
more.
Right?
I hear that.
And Foden, you're playing out on that left-hand side. Then you need to make some adjustments and things like that. Because am I wrong?
Did I speak?
No, I agree.
What? So he can't play on the left at all?
But we're very.
Is that what you're saying to me, Flex?
We are very unbalanced.
Are you saying to me that he cannot play on the left-hand side?
I'm saying in this team, with the way this team moves the football, with the way this team is set up, he can't.
No, but he's never on the left-hand side.
Well, because he has to go roaming because he doesn't want to be there. But then when you're in there, it's all congested in the midfield. One thing leads to another. It's a big domino effect, Robbie. Like, we have no left-hand side. He barely, at City, he might be able to get away with it because the system is so fluid. Mm-hmm. All of those footballers can fit into where they need to, whether that's false 9, 10, on the right. It doesn't matter. They can do it. I said it from the whole beginning of time before we even kicked the ball at the Euros. Forget what these men are doing at club. Like, it's putting them all together. What's it going to look like? Yeah. And you could tell before we even kicked a ball against bloody Bosnia. Serbia was the first game, sorry. you could see what was going to happen. And Jude, in that game, ironically, did everything but 10.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I need to go and start attacks.
And also, the way he plays for Madrid doesn't mean he has to play the exact same way for England. Yeah. It's a different system. It's a different team. I don't think he should be playing in that same way that he plays for Madrid. We also have different personnel that can do that. That's not saying that Jude is always on the team sheet. He's probably the first name on it because he's that guy. But what I would say, on Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer yesterday played with such bravery because he's on and he's like, I'm just going to try whatever I can try. It's as if he's playing in the park. That is what this team needs. The players that come on yesterday did far better than the players that started because the players that started looked like they had so much fear in them and they were so rigid in the system that when you saw Eze come on or Cole Palmer come on, there was movement. They were like, I'm going to try it because, I might only be here for another 15 minutes or having this amount of time, so I'm just going to go for it. That's what they need to be. Play without fear. What are you scared of? What are you scared of?
If you can't
the manager's full of fear, so he just go.
Yeah, but that's where your mentality needs to come in. That's when your mentality has to come into
it. They're scared of our own history. They're scared of what our DNA actually has been since '66, which is the pressure gets tough, the media turns it up, and we are seeing cracks in that. Like Jude's telling us, he's saying, no, we're taking that shit personally, man. Like we've got players who have been in this position who have failed. You're trying to tell us, but then the players who have failed are like, but I can tell you. That's why I'm qualified to tell you. The players are spreads. Do you know what I mean? Declan Rice has come out bullish, and listen, they're lions in the camp. Literally, they must batten down the hatches. He must sing Trent's praises. He must say, of course, we're good enough to carry out a plan. We're good enough to. That's what I expect from them. But the pressure is getting to them. Jude, they were saying in the warm-ups tonight, he just doesn't. Smiling, Jude is feeling this, and that's why when he hit that strike yesterday, that's why he's going to the bench of Slovakia. What? That's why he's saying I'm him. Who else? What are you man saying now? He's feeling it, but do you know what? I don't mind that. I know, like Declan Rice said, he said that he sort of dropped a hint in it that Slovakia were running up their mouth before the game. Yeah, so probably
he had a bit of argy with the manager as well. Called him a few expletives.
Trying to push my ball up.
Let's jump into the super chats.
Didn't he call him bald?
Called him a few words.
That you should take that as a personal attack.
Rude.
No, on all ball people.
Goldio says one shot on target not good enough. Switzerland will pump us.
If you play like that,
If they play like that, the game's done. 2 or 3-0 to Switzerland, genuinely, because they can actually finish their chances. Ishkap says, hello from Stuffed, hope to see you all soon.
Oh, that place.
Big up. I've been going in there quite a lot now. I've been regular.
Yeah.
Regular.
It's nice. You've been there?
Oh, I know where
place on the high street. It's nice.
Yes.
Front Hill Road. Yeah.
Wicked food. Big up, fellas, man.
Good food.
Goldio.
Amazing, by the way.
It's Turkish.
All right.
No, it's nice.
It's nice.
Coming.
Goldio says it's tactics and mentality. Southgate is 1-0. Only players used to winning are Jude, Stones, Walker. Also Trent and Joe Gomez, mate. Can't win with Palace and Arsenal players. Bit harsh.
I can't blame that on Spurs this time, can we?
No, it is very Spursy though. The whole.
I've said the way that England play is like watching Tottenham.
The bottleness.
Genuinely. So
Clara's in the house.
Clara's coming
Robbie
through again.
Yep.
Wow.
She is. Robbie, the supplements that you've been taking is helping you immensely to lose weight. But at the same time, you're losing quite a bit of sense too. Where's that gone?
Well, listen.
Did he have any?
Listen, we've been poor, and we're in the quarterfinals, and that's the logic I'm trying to just put here, right? So just say to people, right? And you never know. The one thing I would say about yesterday, that's the first time in the tournament that England had a feel-good ending to a game. Right, so if you see
everyone's buzzing,
every other game they've either booed off, or man say when they've gone over there, man's going,
well, in fairness, we'd only scored twice before that.
This is the first game where they were actually able to go over to the fans. Even as bad as they were, right? They went over to the fans at the end and they were there and going like this, Harry Kane and
the fans were happy. Left. And then realised England had scored.
Yeah, and this is
I got it though, because getting back from that stadium was madness.
This is the first game when I saw like clips going round and fans going crazy at Box Park and all that.
Because of the manner.
It can be one of it, because sometimes you do have them little moments now that can trigger you into having a bit of belief. So,
who knows?
Believe.
P4L says, cry me a river, Robbie.
Nasty.
Sai Rugara says, does Southgate potentially deserve more respect, actually? Knows how to win football games, which in and of itself ain't easy.
I think he's lucky.
I think he's the luckiest guy, mate. LFC Network says Bellingham could be banned for the Switzerland game because of a gesture after the goal. I would bring Tony or Palmer in the next game. I don't think so. I don't think that will happen. I mean, he was giving it to the bench, wasn't he?
He actually tweeted and said that wasn't to do with the bench. He was doing it to his
Jude,
friends.
he says it's in-house.
Yeah.
He's not in it.
Yeah, leave him alone. Akil says, stop talking about England. We know it's not coming home. Talk about other teams who are playing brilliantly. We are going to get onto the other teams very shortly. Black Wolf says, great to see the cast again. Not many. And Don Robbie, off topic, but ain't no way Jamaica can beat Cape Verde, bro, after last night. Was it another loss for Jamaica?
Another loss.
3-0.
Another loss for them. But they were, there was already out.
3 out of 3.
But hold on, wait a minute.
Come on, man. I wanted
we got
to
robbed
see
in the other
something.
one.
Wait, that second game, right?
Sound like tie.
No, honestly, you know...
You got robbed.
Normally,
You did get robbed.
That is the biggest robbery I've ever seen.
What was that? Was that Ecuador?
Big teeth.
That Ecuador game. I've never seen
teeth,
something like that in my life. And like, just to briefly explain to people what happened, right? There was a handball given against Jamaica. You know, one of them handballs where, say you're about this near.
Like Anderson the other day.
Yeah, and like he
One.
couldn't even get his out of the way. It hit his hands, right? The referee gave it. But then this is the bigger robbery part of it. So it's 2-1. There's another one now. The Ecuador player is further away than the Jamaica player, puts his hand up like that, the ball hits his hand, right? The referee doesn't give it, he's sent to the screen.
They're saying, yo.
He's sent to the screen, they're like,
Did
yo,
you ever
bro.
see that one?
I've never seen it.
They're like, yo, bro, you need to go look
And
at
he
this,
still
man,
didn't-
because
still didn't change
he
it.
goes to the screen, looks at it,
Stood on business.
and then comes back and still disallowed it. And I'm telling you, that was the biggest corruption I've ever seen. I was tempted to call up some youth that were in our Tivoli and them place. I say, yo, let me just turn up. But then I thought, no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? That was a disgrace.
You can't be doing that. You can't.
That was, honestly, it was shocking.
Oh, it's a disgrace.
You saw it, innit?
Yeah, it's the
honestly,
worst.
that's when it, you know
Going
what?
to a screen and still saying, nah, I'm good.
I've never
Do you know
had
that
that.
Never seen that.
Do you know that's when
They go, "Yo, boy."
that's when I realised, right? Like, you know, sometimes you see people. You know, sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, the smaller clubs or smaller countries,
Yeah.
they get a raw deal." That's when I realised actually that I saw that in living colour there, because the whole stadium was like nearly everyone in them supporting Ecuador because the game was on the West Coast and there's loads of South Americans there. But
Most
honestly, it
Caicedo.
was
Absolutely
disgusting, man.
Caicedo there as well.
Yeah, Caicedo was playing. Falling over, rolling like every minute, like
Cecil's
rolling.
in the chat says corruption.
Yeah.
It's the worst I've
Cecil,
ever
man, go
seen.
speak to some of your CONCACAF brothers then, man.
Honestly, that was you seen people in the chat
Mad.
saying it was disgusting, man.
Yeah.
What was worse, that or when you lost at Old Trafford, you're on Invincible?
No, that one there's
What one was worse?
No, the one at Jamaica.
This
one
one's
was
worse.
I've ever
Because he
seen.
went to the screen. They still said you made a mistake here, mate. Go
Because
to
you know
the
what,
screen.
at Old
No.
Trafford there wasn't screens or nothing like that.
But you
that
got
day.
cheated that day, though.
We got cheated, but there was no VAR. The man's been sent. Look,
I've never heard
the
that
people are
before,
saying, "Yo, bro, it's handball.
Have a look,
Go
you know.
look."
And also, they always overturn it when they go look at
Honestly,
the screen. Mad.
honestly, it was that I've never seen that. That is the worst ever.
I wonder
that
what
I've
the
seen.
other refs were
What would
looking
happen if
like.
that game was in Jamaica?
Oh my god! Yeah, if that was in Jamaica. If that was in, well, if he's
way.
in Jamaica, it would have been a penalty,
Yeah.
right? It would have
Jamaica,
been
we
a
probably
penalty.
wouldn't have the fucking
Or
VAR
wouldn't-
screen.
Yeah, it's true.
If he's in Jamaica, it would have been a penalty, or there'd be no ref.
One of
One of the
two. Yo, the game would have done.
Give him done. Give him mash up.
Game, yo, game
I said what?
now.
I would have loved to have seen that, you know. That's
Oh
crazy,
man,
yeah.
I felt
Big
so
up
sorry
though,
for
man.
them, man, because they played well. They were losing 2-0 and they come back.
Teeth, man.
DR Sport says if it was in Jamaica, Robbie would have called up the dogs in Spanish town.
You know what I mean?
Tivoli or
Right.
Spanish town. Chris says, please tell Robbie to stop drinking from Ty's bottle.
Listen, people, I'm not being deluded here. I'm not saying that England.
What, is that what you're assuming he means?
Listen.
It's quite offensive to Ty. if anything.
But this is, the thing is, right, I'm not being deluded. I'm not saying that England are going to win it. I'm saying that this guy's so lucky and he always seems to get the easiest, and win the easiest side of the draw. And if England do turn up against Switzerland, they'll beat them. And if England do turn up against Romania and the Netherlands, and they can get to the final, and then in a one-off game, because a lot of the other, you know, that guy said about the big teams. Who out of the big teams has played really well? Germany, Spain.
Spain have been the
Spain
best
have
in
been
the
good.
tournament.
Spain
so
really
Spain
far.
have been good,
surprised
but let's be real, Georgia, bro.
I know, but look what Georgia did.
Slovakia,
No,
Slovakia,
no,
a
Spain
long
have
way
been
better
good,
than
though.
Spain have
Georgia.
been good.
They have been good.
Very good.
They have been
And
good.
they were 1-0
go-
down.
The way they're
Spain.
controlling
They were
games,
goal down.
the
So-
patterns,
No,
the
Spain-
systems,
No. Spain have been.
the
Spain,
two wide players.
Spain and Germany to me have looked
Nico
a
Williams has
bit.
been unreal.
Spain are
Yeah.
playing
No,
Germany.
and Lamar.
Yeah.
Spain and Germany have looked really good, but yeah, like you said, now they're playing each other. One's
Yeah.
gonna go.
So yeah,
Whereas
that's going to be a fascinating game.
Whereas
man.
on this side of the draw now, man's playing Slovakia.
Yeah.
Geez, Turkey.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And
the
Romania.
Something be done to
That's
stop that.
lucky, man. I'm telling you.
Easy side. It's the easier side of the
How
job.
did he pull that
He's
off?
never going to get a better chance.
No.
Never.
Even-
gonna
But,
get
I
a
mean, I
better
feel like we've said this
Even
pretty much
Wembley,
every tournament.
it's a better
Even on this
than
side of the
Wembley.
world, like Italy was there, they're gone.
I know, man.
Nah, Italy
This
was
guy's
poor.
lucky.
Italy slumped.
That's what I'm
Jamie,
saying. It's nothing to do with delusion. He's just lucky.
Jamie M says, "Hey guys, felt sick watching that England game, but we managed to win it in the end. So does that guarantee that Italy are the flops of the tournament?"
Yeah, Italy were
They are.
poor.
They are. Went out
I
with
would
a
say
whimper.
so.
As soon as I watched them in that Albania game, that first game, they went
1-0
1-0
down.
down.
Yeah.
I know obviously they ended up winning the game, but like I just felt like they were just poor. Like
They
I
don't
didn't
play great
They
football,
really
though.
no, they don't. But they just disappointed me. Like obviously they didn't qualify for the World Cup last time. I thought maybe they'll be a bit better this tournament, but no, they were dead. Spain have shocked me. I thought that Spain probably wouldn't be as good as they had been. But looking at like that looking at their kind of midfield three yesterday, the way like Rodri, Pedri, etc. are, and then like Nico Williams, just so good.
The only-
So
I said
good.
in the previews before the tournament, I said Spain is a team to watch out for.
I gave Donnarumma the Golden Glove in my preview. Yeah, slumped, mate. Yasir says, "How is Walker starting over Trent? England have no left side and Walker brings nothing to the right." Just on him, I think, without trying to go at him, because he ended the game as captain, he's got all these caps and he's been great for England. That's the worst I've ever seen him play.
Same.
Let alone Tottenham, Man City.
There's one game.
England.
There's one game I've seen him play worse than that, and it was away at Old Trafford years and years ago. He was still at Spurs, and he got taken off. I think about half an hour by Poch. He was having a nightmare.
Stinker.
But apart from that, yesterday was the worst I've ever seen him play. I couldn't believe he was still on the pitch after half time. Couldn't believe it.
And my point stands. If that was Trent, he'd be all over the papers.
Yeah, he
today.
would.
We'd be
He
talking
would.
No,
about
listen.
that. So
Look,
there is a big difference.
Walker,
for me.
listen, he had an absolute stinker.
Got knocked in the
Proper.
first
Yeah,
5
listen,
minutes.
he had an absolute stinker. The only thing that serves him well is his reputation that he's having an off game.
Yeah,
No one can look
It's
at
his
him and
name.
say, yeah, but he's earned that right though to be like, all right, I've had a shit game. If in that moment, would it be right to bring on Trent when that left winger was getting at Walker and outpacing him and mashing him up? All of a sudden, Trent was the saviour and can defend, and everyone was saying, excuse me, let's get Trent in. Now, I'm not saying that Walker shouldn't have come off the pitch, but what we do, whether it's Saka and then, Palmer's had a better 15 minutes, so now Saka should be out. Whether it's Walker now, he's been dodgy, had a bad time. Now they get him out, start Trent.
Yeah, but
It's
I
like
think
we
Trent.
just jump
I
to
think
the
Trent
next
would have been
thing.
beneficial for England as well, going
At the time
forward.
of the match
Like
as
you
well.
And I
know,
agree with that.
breaking the lines
Yeah.
and picking a
At
pass.
the
I think
time.
if Walker would have come off, Trent would have been beneficial
Ivan
for that
Toney
as well.
Yeah.
would have hung on the last defender and went like that to Trent every time he got the ball and said, "Put me in," and that's what would have worked in
Yeah.
the 75th minute and beyond. I
Yeah.
think how Kane stayed on, how Foden stayed on, how Gordon didn't come on, as Robbie said.
Kane did score though.
Of course he did score, and that's
Sorry.
why you leave him on, because he can score you the goal. But big up Ivan Toney, that was a
Big
wicked
up
header
Ivan
across the
Toney.
goal, and Kane puts it away. A couple more.
Do we give Southgate any credit for that? Because
Nah.
he brought him on?
He's bringing him on for 2 minutes, Rob. He was
I could-
legitimately
no,
but
bringing him on
you
for
know
2
what it is,
minutes.
right? At the end of the game, I heard him saying that, he could see that Jude Bellingham was running on empty. He could see Kane was running on empty, but he just didn't want to take him off because they can have these moments, and they actually did. And I remember he was in here, like Laurie, for instance, my brother, was screaming
He was
for
going mad.
Kane to
Kane.
come off.
Yeah.
It's Kane who scores the winner.
Yeah.
So sometimes, all right, we've been dissing Southgate, quite rightly so, but do we give him some credit for that?
Are you on his PR
Because-
team or something? 'Cause
No, I'm just saying. You know what it is me? I tried to keep it real. Yeah?
FA Sports.
I'm not saying the guy's any good. I wanted him sacked. But he did keep those two guys on who came with the big
No,
moments.
you are right. On paper, it looks like those subs have changed the game, but he said
giving him
himself
way too
that
much
when
credit.
he put his arm around Tony to go on, Tony said, or Southgate said he was disgusted. Maybe he didn't say that, but the way he
said
looked
that.
at
He
him.
did say that.
Did he say
He did say- he
disgusted?
said-
No, but did
I was-
Tony say, "I'm disgusted, you're bringing me on for a
Well,
minute"?
I don't know.
Southgate
could
said he was
tell-
disgusted that he had to be brought on.
to be fair,
for a
so
minute.
was we when we said he's bringing him on for
Yeah,
2 minutes.
but then he came on. I think it was Gahey with the
Sweet.
flick
Gahey
with the
on,
flick
and
on,
then
yeah.
Bellingham, and then he assists the second
Yeah, but
goal.
this is
So
not,
on
this is
paper,
not a
you say.
Southgate masterclass.
No,
like,
but maybe what,
Masterclass.
5%? 5%?
nah.
95%
That's
no
probably too
respect,
much.
5% respect
Look,
for the
I never
subs.
wanted him to get sacked after the last tournament. I wanted to stick
Yeah.
with him, and I always thought this would be the last one. But I'm not giving him credit for bringing on Ivan Toney for the last minute and a half of a game where Jude's just decided to have a
Yeah,
moment
no,
of
that's true,
brilliance.
it's
I'm
true.
not giving him that.
Later, mate, if you don't do that,
Everyone
Yeah, it's
knew
different.
that.
No, but he did.
Yeah,
He did,
So
but
that's what I'm saying.
that's on Jude.
But that's
That's
not
not
the
on.
reason.
That's
No,
not
but
on
hold on, I'm just
Southgate.
saying,
That's
these
not
are the
on
margins
Southgate.
in football. The man left them on when a
but you
lot
might
of
not-
people
but
are
the context is the thing. Like you
lot
tell
of
me
pe-
with Man United, you can't
Context.
ignore. You can't can't ignore
you can't
the thing before.
No.
You got away with it. That's what you tell me.
You can't ignore the bigger picture. And with United, like you got the league to contend with.
So we've had more than 38 games with Gareth Southgate, mate. And I know what we've seen.
It's all in our hands.
When we've hardly played anyone,
listen, we've
got to the latter stage of tournaments and we flopped.
Yeah. No, you are right. You're right.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's been manager for 6 years.
Yeah,
longer than that.
Longer.
Was it 8 years? 8 years.
Yeah, true.
So,
although you could add into there, what did we do before that?
Well, he's done a lot of good. He's done a lot of good for England, but at the same time, you come to a point where
it does remind me of the end of Wenger.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
954 says Manchester, Liverpool, London. Believe. Mark T says Abbi looking fire today.
Thanks.
What about the boys?
You all look gorgeous as usual.
Nico says Yamal is the only player at the Euros to create 10 plus chances and complete 10 plus take-ons. Also, no player has created more big chances or given more assists than him. But he hasn't actually scored yet.
Who is that?
Yamal.
Been quite wasteful, but listen, he's 16.
He's a joke.
It's all right.
He's a joke.
What he's doing is a joke.
Felipe Deja says we need to go to Las Vegas with Southgate. We'll walk out with a lot of money.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Tanishk says Spalletti banned the PS5 in the Italian camp whilst Nico and Yamal are playing FIFA and Fortnite. More of the story, never take away the kids' toys.
It's true.
Alex says Abbi thoughts on Archie Gray, Coys. Looks like it's going to happen. I think we'll save the Premier League bits at the end. Daniel says, Robbie, I have a feeling England go all the way and pull a Man United final thing. They're having the same luck my team, Madrid, and United had. Hang on. You're a Madrid and a United fan?
Happens quite a lot. We love Real Madrid.
What?
But you know what? It makes a great...
Come on,
just that big club thing.
That's not allowed,
mate. It makes a great point because Madrid weren't playing well in a lot of those games in their run.
Find a way.
I know, but that's fine. But to support
in the final now, in the final now to turn up.
Can't do that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's different to the league thing. And I keep saying I'm not trying to justify this, brother. I'm just saying this is the luck sometimes that can get you far.
You're right.
And especially when I keep looking on this side of the draw, I'm like, this man, he could go all the way, man. I'm telling you.
In the other game,
it'd be nothing to do with him. It's just pure luck.
Pure lucky. Should we move on from England?
Yeah,
we've spoken about them enough.
Done with them now.
Spain beat Georgia 4-1 last night. Could have been a few more, but there was that own goal, and Georgia were ahead. It wasn't given to Kvaratskhelia in the end. It was an own goal. But again, so impressive. You know what? One of my underrated players of the tournament, Fabian Ruiz. Done really well so far.
And Marc Cucurella.
Marc Cucurella has been good, but Ruiz almost reminds me of a Lampard, the way he arrives in the box late, can head a ball, can shoot from distance.
You know what? Though,
gone under the radar a little bit.
He's in that nice little three, isn't he? With Pedri and Rodri.
But just Rodri,
Rodri.
Someone said this should be your Ballon d'Or candidate. You know, doesn't need any hype, no overgassing, no nothing. Just keeps doing his job. But what a player!
What a player!
Just as simple as that, really, isn't it? He's just
left
top
foot,
notch.
right foot,
everything.
Pressure moment.
Unbelievable.
He's not just a holding midfielder that just screams and just
everything.
Gets the
and he always scores the same type of goal every time.
Edge of the box,
left
box,
foot,
right foot,
passes it into the net, doesn't it?
But the wide players for Spain,
they're unreal.
They're scary, man. I mean, Williams is he's just so direct.
Awesome, man. Meeting a release clause.
How much is it?
Yeah, man.
Huh?
How much is the release?
It's under 50 million, 46.5 million.
Crazy. Whoever gets him next is.
But the thing is, the thing is, right? There's a lot of talk that he won't leave.
Yeah, I think he's happy.
His brother plays for them as well.
Remember Inaki when he could have went to Liverpool, he decided to stay. You know what I mean? So and his brother's there,
and their journey. If you've ever read their journey of how they got into football and what they had to do with refugees leaving where they were, and stuff like that, people dying along the way, and they had to their journey to where they are as brothers and a family is incredible.
Sick player.
And
sick.
And for the other side, on the right hand side, a 16-year-old
different
in your mile doing that. It doesn't compute. No, he's 16.
16 is crazy.
And the way he's just dancing past defenders, and you know what?
Big man,
strength as well.
You know what I really like
Still
about
his
him?
braces.
I know because we're obsessed in this generation. I keep saying it. We're obsessed with goals and assists, right? Obsessed with it. Like it's the determining factor whether somebody's good or bad in this new age of football. But what I like about him is even though he's getting a high level of assists, ironically, but actually even without that, the decisions he's making with the ball, how he takes the ball, how he shields the ball, he just does everything so effortlessly. And it depends how you like your football to be played. I like to see players like that. That's how I like to see the game be played, rather than someone who just, I don't know, bulldozes his way through or does things in a different style but could be equally as effective. He's just a joke. And to be 16 and doing that in a major tournament, putting Spain on your back essentially, and a ever-changing Barcelona, trying to get back to something that resembles Barcelona. Joke.
Amazing, isn't it? So round of 16 games still to play. France, Belgium today, 5 o'clock. We got any predictions for that? It's going to be a great game, that.
Got to go. France have not been very good this tournament, have they? They've not been convincing at all.
Belgium for me are just
Belgium haven't been convincing either, have they? So neither.
I think we're past the golden generation now.
Well past it.
Did Slovakia beat Belgium?
Yeah.
Them they beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Netherlands. I think I said Netherlands earlier. I'm sure it was, but
that one's on playback today. I believe.
Yeah. We're doing a watch along on playback for that, so make sure you check that out. But I mean,
I'll go.
You got to go France, but.
Or 3-1 France.
They ain't been good, man.
I don't think it'll be a big margin like that.
I do think Mbappe turns up tonight.
Look at that game.
They need to turn up.
Look at that. Look who they've got. Belgium versus France. Look how tough that is, right? We've got Slovakia.
I know, and look how tough it was.
Exactly.
I'll say 2-1 France. I don't know. I feel like it'd be closer than.
I'm gonna go 1-0 France.
I'll go 3-1. I think they're going to turn up tonight.
I'll go 2-0 France.
Portugal, Slovenia today at 8 o'clock.
Portugal been decent.
Yeah, I think Portugal.
They did lose though.
They did, Georgia, but I think overall
they lost to Georgia.
I know they lost to Georgia, but I actually think they've been quite good. They're actually the team I think I probably watched the most when I was out there.
Yeah.
And I like for the whole duration of the game. And I actually thought they were pretty decent.
They've got great wide players as well.
Yeah. Leao though hasn't really.
He hasn't lit it up, but they've got options though.
They've got loads of options.
Neto, Ramos.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect them to beat Slovenia. I think that's going to be about 3-0.
See, Bruno will play a massive part. So
I'll go 4-1 Portugal.
4-1.
Yeah.
3-0 Portugal.
3-0. Yeah. Emphatic.
2-0. Yeah.
Romania, Holland tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Oh, a hard one to pull.
That's a difficult one to
pull. My God. Listen, I'm clutching, right?
I mean, Netherlands are lucky to even still be in the tournament.
Yeah, they are.
Really.
But yeah, I don't think he's really played.
Again, that's what I mean.
He played in the last
He played in the last one?
He played in the last one, and he was all over the place. I'm not even just saying that. I'm not just saying that, Abby. He was all over the place. And to be fair, their whole defence was all over the place.
Hey, Van Dijk's moving crazy as well.
Yeah. What are you laughing about?
Man's there playing everyone on side,
I saw you laughing.
By the way, again, that's another team on their side of the group. They came third in their group.
Yeah.
They just scraped in.
Mental.
So, that's what I'm saying.
What?
But
I'm going Romania.
You lot started to.
I fancy
Romania could do it, you know.
I think Romania got a chance in that game.
I do.
Because Romania have actually played well so
far.
far.
They have.
2-1 Holland extra time.
2-1 Romania.
Yeah.
Holland on pens.
Ooh, yeah.
Romania. 1-0 Romania.
Jeez.
There you go.
Robbie, Romania.
Listen, I'm actually happy. I've got to see more of Dragus in this tournament than I have in the last 6 months.
He's actually looked good.
I like watching him, to be fair.
He's actually looked good.
Yeah,
also tomorrow night, Austria. Ralf Rangnick's Austria.
This is the best team to watch so far in the tournament has been Austria.
I've got him in my sweepstakes.
Isn't he?
Wow. Yeah, but how you lot treated him.
You lot was saying, what?
Disgrace.
How are they?
How you run the man
who's not done anything in the game, who's known for his work upstairs, taking over Manchester United.
Hey, look what happened.
And they expected different
look what happened.
Fast forward, now Ralf Rangnick's amazing.
No.
should never let him go.
No,
shut up.
You're exaggerating it.
You wanted him to. Did you want him to stay then?
Yes, I did actually.
You lie.
Sorry, run the tape backs.
I wanted him to stay and do the job what he's for.
Big answer thing. This guy was slating Rangnick, right? I see on a couple of your videos.
I said he should stay and do the job that he was meant to do, which was upstairs.
Someone find the receipts.
Right. But what I'm saying is you're the one, but I'm not the one. But I'm not the one waxing lyrical. Now you're saying
who's waxing lyrical?
Ralf Rangnick, amazing coach. When he's at Man United, who's this idiot? Why coming?
I never said nothing about Ralf Rangnick.
Oh, Gagan press idiot.
I said
Gagan. What? Gagan what? Which Gagan? Which Gagan? That's what you were saying.
Wait,
my Gagan.
I said that Austria.
Gagan, which part?
I didn't say nothing about Rangnick. I said Austria been playing some great football.
Kenya's on
when he was at Man United, you said Ralf Rangnick.
And I was right.
What's he done?
But
now he's a good coach.
Flex, we will find the receipts. Don't run.
Get those
Don't
receipts.
go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
But they've been playing some great football.
Flip flop flex. They see you. They see
man.
you.
What I'm saying, I'm not denying it. What I'm saying is, I'm now not bigging him up saying how amazing. What I'm saying is he come in Man United and didn't do a good job because he couldn't do it in that time.
Maybe
I said
it's
he's
your
actually
club.
a good coach. I'm saying at the beginning when he came there was like, listen, he's responsible for this.
Maybe it's your
and
club.
Klopp was bigging him up.
Maybe it's your
What
club.
did you not say? No, you idiot, man. No, would you just because Klopp says he's a good manager? That's what you said. But now he's a good manager.
Anyway,
He's a good international manager.
Flip flop flex. Everyone in chatting about that in the comments.
Triple
Even a floppy
F.
disc flex.
Good.
There we've got as well from Dale.
Anyway, Ineos to the world.
Mate, I had some Ineos bloody hand sanitizer the other day.
Ineos to the world.
Brother,
What's going on? Brother.
Ineos to the world.
Austria, Turkey. Then we already know Turkish is going to be watching this.
Austria,
sweating.
didn't they broke up Turkey as well, like earlier on? It was even a qualifier in a game that they played. Austria for me.
Turkish watch along for this.
I think that's Austria. I think
Turkish goes mad.
Austria win for me.
I'll go 3-1
I'd
Austria.
love Turkey to win this.
So would I. I would love to see Turkey win, but for Turkish, I want to see Turkey win.
Yeah.
And for
You always have
and
Turkey as your underdog, don't you?
Yeah, and I like
Always.
Turkey. Like it's like a home game for them. Like there's so many Turkish people living in Germany.
There's a lot.
I'd love
Quality
to.
just shines through though for Austria.
I don't think there's a lot in it quality-wise, but I just think that the style of the way they've been playing Austria and the confidence they've got. But you know what, Turkey, I'm going with Turkey, man. Let me go Turkey, man. Upset, 1-0 Turkey.
I'll go 2-1 Turkey. Hadi Turkey. That means
know, man.
Got it.
Want Ralph Rangnick to keep doing well. I like how to set
I
up.
do think Austria will
Sabitzer
win.
doing wicked. Yeah. But Turkish, man. I just want Turkish to just be happy.
Yeah, I want Turkish to be
But
happy.
then when he's stressed and he's going mad, it's funny though.
It's great on the streams. Yeah, actually, we could do like a 3-2.
I hope they win, but he has
I
to
want it
go
to be a
through
good game.
mad emotions.
Yeah.
Turkey 3-2.
Because I want that England-Turkey game, man. That's the one I want.
Oh, I'll be mad, you know.
That would be mad.
Greece would be mad on that day. Dan Haringey. Crazy.
Get going off.
What else?
Arda
Austria,
Güler with a
Turkey.
goal, man. He's looked good.
And then on Friday, Spain, Germany. Who do we
First
reckon
of
goes
the
through?
quarters. That's
First
a
of the
class.
quarterfinals.
I've actually
is an
really
absolutely
liked.
mammoth.
I've
That's the
liked
Euro
Germany.
2008 final.
I didn't think they were particularly good the other day. Was it Denmark they had on Saturday? And do you know what? I just want to say one thing about that game, right? So you know that decision, the offside, killed the game.
Yeah, man.
Just killed the game for
Anderson's
me.
goal.
Yeah, Denmark were like fully in it, really grew into the game, like giving it a proper good game. And then that just, I didn't think it was a pen. For me, that's not a pen. I know the new rules have changed.
it's offside, though.
But
You know,
obviously
they
they went up the other end and give that penalty. For me, that's never a pen. But whatever.
What a minute for Anderson. That
It was
by the
like
way.
it just killed the game. Like we was having a good battle here. Like it was going in the right way, and it just killed it. But Germany,
You're there running up your mouth about Rangnick.
Mr. Sitter, mate.
yeah.
He did miss it, but he played very good in that game.
But Germany,
did play well.
Germany have been good this tournament.
Yeah. Germany going to beat Spain, you know?
Yeah,
It's
home advantage. Yeah,
tough one
I think
to
they
call.
nick it. I think they nick it.
Tough,
Remember Torres scored the winner in the 08 final between these two.
very tough
I
one
think
to
Germany
call.
could win this tournament.
They're both
At
been
home
good.
advantage.
Mate, I can't call that game.
It's a tough
can't
game,
either.
tough game.
Can't
Two
call
great
that.
sides. Two sides.
I think I might go to pens. I could see it like 1-1
Yeah,
maybe,
I'll go pens and then
and go
toss
pens.
up.
Yeah.
I'm
I can't
going.
split them.
They're
I
the
can't
best
split
two
them.
teams.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, they
From
are.
what I've
They're
watched,
the best
yeah.
two teams.
It's worthy of being a final.
100%.
I'm gonna go Germany just to nick it. Yeah, home team. I just got like visions of Rudiger just being mad and just mad blocks
Chopping
and
down.
just,
Seeing
and just
Yamal.
getting them through.
Chopping down
I
your
love
Marlon.
that guy.
Your Miles getting chopped.
What?
for it.
Yeah, so I could just see him just doing a madness and
16,
and
you're gonna
Musiala
learn.
just
You're gonna learn.
You go, yo, 16-year-old go past, man. Where you go?
yeah.
Musiala versus Rodri, basically, in that game,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And Gundogan, listen, Gundogan's
Yeah.
arriving late. You know what I mean? He'll sweep it. Listen,
Mate, I
wow,
can't call that game.
Germany
Could
just.
not-
Germany
Can't call
just.
it.
Germany
in
just.
90 minutes or extra time.
90 minutes.
Oh,
I'm going for it.
What, 1-0, 2-1?
Yeah, he's on a clean sheet. 2-1.
2-1. It'll go to pens. I
yeah.
don't know who wins.
I'm doing 1-0 on pens.
Robbie? Germany win 1-0?
Jeez, it's a tough game to call, man.
No, it's literally the most.
It can go
impossible
either
game
way.
to call.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tight. 2-1 though. 2-1. Germany just nick it.
Germany. And then Saturday, 5 o'clock, the other only confirmed quarter-final, England versus Switzerland. It's like the logos, the badges for each team are just reversed, aren't they? With the cross. What's the score going to be, Abbi? Because no Gahey in this game. They're going to have to switch things up. Switzerland, I've been watching them with Mbolo, with Granit Xhaka, who there's an argument to say since he left Arsenal, he's been the best central midfield player in Europe.
To go win things, get a good mentality, innit?
Still not better than Rodri, hasn't.
No, but he's top 5 in Europe, in my opinion, in the last 2 years.
He's had an unreal season.
He just keeps getting better. So they're going to be up for it. You got Shaqiri, you got a lot of dangerous players.
I think this also goes to extra time. I do. I mean, look, England can't play how they've played the last 4 games.
It's impossible.
So unless something drastically changes,
it will carry on. That's what I mean.
No, it's probably very possible we will play the exact same way.
Yeah,
but I think that Switzerland are a team that will definitely take advantage of that. Maybe more quality than Slovakia.
I bet you Gareth Southgate only makes one change because Gahey's thing.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
So that'll be. So I bet you he goes.
You think he'll go
Walker, Konsa, Stones, Trippier. Rice, Bellingham, Mainu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I think he'll say the
Kane.
exact same.
Trippier might be out though, isn't it?
Oh,
Injured.
If he is, then he...
Maybe.
Who's Luke Shaw keeps training? Fucking hell, mate.
But what is
his pre-season?
Does anyone actually know what's wrong with Luke Shaw?
He's been injured for ages.
Yeah, but what is the injury? What is it?
I don't.
KG said yesterday he's been injured more than Martial. I couldn't believe that stat.
But what is the injury? What is the actual injury?
Don't know.
Just NA.
Don't know.
Wait, no, that's good.
Mad.
I think it's hamstring. I want to say. I think it was a hammy. It was muscular. But it's all from that Luton game ages ago when he just shouldn't have played. And then
would you not play him then in the quarter-final?
Well, I'm like, if he can, but I just we needed a left back yesterday. We put Saka there.
Who then? I agree with what you said earlier about the 3-5-2. I like that.
I'll change it. But if we have to put someone because he's not there, boy, Bukayo, listen. Let me talk to you a second. I know you got Gomez there. He's had a good few starts there.
He played 19 games at left back for Liverpool.
But because he hasn't got any rhythm at all coming into the, he ain't got no rhythm.
Give him some.
You can't put Saka there. I know.
Saka's good enough, man.
I don't want Saka
You
there.
can't have Saka.
All right, put Joe Gomez then.
All right.
You just can't waste Saka.
All right, put Joe Gomez then.
Scores?
Put Joe Gomez.
Have we done scores?
I think you probably will go with that.
England, Switzerland. Score. England will win 1-0. England will win 1-0.
So I think as well. I think it's another horrible
It's not going to be great to watch. It's going to be nervy.
Terrible game. Another one bad
Someone will have some magic and we'll get.
But
I'm going for a mad one. 3-2 Switzerland.
Okay.
God, Joss, you're
you
so
want that to happen though? That's the thing.
No,
unless
I
Trent
just
plays,
think if
then it'd be the other way
yeah,
around.
well,
no, that's
starts.
your narrative. You can run with that if you want. But what I'm thinking is the chances, and let's not beat around the bush. They had 3 chances in the first half an hour yesterday. If Switzerland get that, which is very well possible, no Gahey, there is going to be chances galore. If Walker plays like that again, chances galore, pace on both sides, strength through the middle with Mbolo, they will take those chances.
I agree.
They will score. They will score.
It will go.
So I'm going 3-2.
I think it'll be 2-2, and I think it might end up going to pens.
I think England.
Mad.
Well, I'm with Flex about 1-0. I think as well. I don't think.
It might be just you. I think
I think you need to rethink.
Actually, I don't think
I
this, but I'm wondering this, yeah? Because I don't know nothing with this team, right? But I'm wondering this. Will they play better against a team that's going to come onto them a bit more?
Yeah,
because all the teams they've played so far have just been low block specialists.
Absolutely, they should.
Will it suit them more?
Can they deal with that,
it should suit you more, but I would also say Denmark.
Because Southgate's also a low block.
I don't feel like Denmark particularly low blocked it.
They did.
I didn't feel like they did that much.
Didn't Cecil predict for Serbia to beat England?
Yeah.
So
I don't think Denmark low blocked it that much.
No, of course you can say that, but I'm just saying that. Do you think that might suit England? Teams coming onto them?
Yeah, that will a bit.
It should.
But they're going to be stronger coming onto you than Slovakia are.
Yeah, but then it might force England to actually play.
Who's been the best player?
Would that open a few more spaces for like Foden, your Sakas?
Maybe. Very well possible.
And Gahey's been, isolated sometimes. Just, through mistakes from other players.
I would personally, I know he won't, but I'd love to see Watkins start.
Yeah, he won't.
And I'd love to see Gordon get minutes, but it's
he ain't
just
even
not
come off the
happen,
bench
mate.
once, has he?
It's just
once against
second
Denmark.
game.
yeah, he could have scored as well.
Oh shit, yeah.
But it's just zero chance.
Raj says England v Turkey, Turkish reacting to a Rice own goal. Imagine that on the stream, that would be mental. Let's talk about Premier League shortly. Archie Gray looks like he's going to Tottenham. He's completed his medical, 25 million, 6-year deal, bit of amortisation territory there. The deal includes Joe Rodon going the other way to Leeds. Brentford thought they had him, and then you popped up and got him cheaper.
Hijack, man.
Got him cheaper.
Daniel Levy, mate. See,
I've seen Liverpool fans
in
talking
the
about
board.
him.
Shut up,
All of
man.
Tottenham.
Not me.
I've seen lots spoken about Archie Gray. He's been almost like the name in the Championship.
Bro,
if you were
he's
to go and get
seriously
someone.
good player.
Yeah, good player. I mean, yeah, I look forward to seeing him play if he plays. I'll be honest with you. Like my targets is, I will judge it more when I see him at Tottenham and the minutes he gets. But I'm very interested in Eze. That's the one we've been linked with heavily, so far this window. Obviously, it's going to not really pick up much traction until after the Euros, but that's the type of player I need to see. That obviously we were talking about Ivan Toney yesterday. I didn't even know that was a thing that we've been quite heavily linked with him as well. Like those two would be like that's good signings, ready to go. Prem proven. I see what we're trying to do here. That's not me saying that Archie Gray is not going to be a good player. I think he probably will be, but I need to see him in action.
Could be like Adam Morton, though, in terms of like he's been doing his work in the Championship. He's one of the most highly spoken about
and highly rated. Absolutely. And but I can only judge it on when I'm going to see him.
Some good players in that
base it off what I've seen for him.
Good.
How he's played obviously over the last season. But I need to see it in a Spurs setup. But I feel like the signings of intent for me would be securing an Eze or a Tony or something like that.
It's been a quiet window, isn't it?
But it always is when there's a tournament on it, but it's not going to kick into gear until after.
There's a few spinning plates now. There's a few things.
Yeah, I think now that sort of PSR deadline's gone on the 30th.
Dewsbury Hall just went to Chelsea.
Yeah, mad that.
Do you know what I mean? Maresca's boy, don't it?
Maresca's boy, but also FFP PSR. Little deals going on behind the scenes that maybe we don't know about. Amari Hutchinson's gone to Ipswich today, 20-odd mil. Yeah. So Chelsea, and they sold Lewis Hall to Newcastle for 28 mil. So they're making money. They're trying to comply with the PSR.
I think they've complied.
Matthijs de Ligt, anything there?
Yeah, Matthijs de Ligt, concrete offer on the table. Florian Plettenberg, who's very close to Bayern Munich, Rob Dawson, Ornstein, everybody. It's very well reported and documented now that Man United have put in a bid.
Is that instead of Brantwaite?
A contract for 2029 on the table for him. I would say so.
Instead of
I would say so, which shows...
He's had a lot of injuries though, isn't it? That's the only thing with him.
Yeah, I'm looking into that.
He's not with the Dutch squad even now, is he? Or is he?
Yeah,
no, he's with it. But he's not playing. He's not starting,
but in their biggest games of the season last year, in the Champions League, he was right next to Dyer in them biggest games. Upamecano's the idiot one. You know what I mean?
Well,
and a lot of Bayern fans have been fuming.
Why don't you go get Eric Dyer? No,
we're good.
Okay, cool.
Listen, I like the link. He's commanding. He's got a lot of experience for someone who's only 24 years of age. People forget like how much experience he's gone. He's gone into he was captain of Ajax from a young age. Obviously, the Erik ten Hag link once again knows him very, very well. And then he's gone to Juve, and people will have this thing of like he's gone to Juve, flopped, gone to Bayern, flopped. Not the true story. I had Kevin Hatchard on from the Bundesliga. He's a top European expert and does all the Bundesliga games as a commentator because I wanted to get more perspective because we do that as fans from here where we don't watch week in, week out. But last I saw, he was at Ajax and he was wicked. Booted out of Juve, booted out of Bayern. But when you speak to the people who watch him every week, they say, yeah, he's had a few injuries here and there, but he's still a very quality player. And Jarrad Brantwaite, for me, I was saying, I like him, 60, 70 million.
But Everton also need to sell him.
Yeah, but that deadline's passed and he's still there.
So he's staying then.
Who knows? And we put in a bid on the table for him. So look, I like the link.
There's that Calafiori, that's who Arsenal been linked with. Tottenham are linked to him as well. He's a good player. He's looked really good in the Euros. Yeah, for Italy.
Is it another Locatelli though?
Is it Bologna?
No, not for me because he done well. So he done well for Bologna, and Bologna, they made it into the Champions League, and then he's followed it through with great Euros.
Good players, Bologna.
That Riccardo Calafiori is a good player, man.
I also like Fagioli. I think he's maybe the one in that Italy team that's come out with a bit of. Might get a move.
Well.
What do we think about Anthony Gordon potentially being offered to Liverpool by Newcastle including a swap deal with Jarrell Quansah.
Really?
Money plus swap.
This is obviously because of their FFP, right? It has to be.
So they wanted to give you Gordon?
They said, have Gordon.
They needed to sell somebody.
And we'll take Jarrell Quansah because it's English.
But as that deadline's passed.
But there's an opportunity they could still offer him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
no,
listen,
but then they got rid of Anderson, innit?
Yeah.
So that would be,
mil.
that's a lot of money, and that's 100% profit. So that probably was the reason why they didn't have to.
Didn't they sell Minter?
Yeah, and him as well.
For 30 million.
So just mad money.
So what's going on?
That's mental.
There's definitely some loopholes being
they're
made
being exploited big time.
Big time. All right, cool. I think that's it then for today. England make the quarterfinals. We'll have the England game for you on Saturday, 5 o'clock kickoff. We'll be live at 4:30, and then during the week we're on playback tomorrow. No, we're on playback today.
Playback today.
Tomorrow.
Later on, make sure you check it out for the France versus Belgium game. Make sure you're there.
All right, Abby, welcome back to the show.
Pleasure.
How was it for you?
Oh, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
I had such FOMO. I told you yesterday. I had real FOMO when I was away.
Love to see it, man. You're back. Robbie, big up to you. Flex, once again.
How long is this going to last? We wait to the season.
I know.
Yeah, honestly.
She'll be fed up with us in a week.
She'll want to go
but do you know
back.
what? While we haven't got our little rivalries, it is nice, isn't it? Like each other.
I've still got the rivalries. Don't worry about that.
It's actually nice. It's nice
to just get on with each other, and we're not digging each other out. We ain't got water bottles people are sitting on.
But you're still angry with everyone because of Trent.
Yeah, but I wasn't here for the Trent.
Flex, big up to you.
What do you reckon?
As
Just
always.
Gilberto saying you're invincible legend. You sat down with Soccer. It said you should sign Casemiro.
Washed.
What do you reckon to that?
I think when they sat down,
That's a Brazil thing, though, isn't it?
I do think when they sat down, it was at the bar. Sorry,
I think you should.
Or in Casa Amor. I don't know which
Arsenal,
one.
man. Take him, man.
Yeah.
No, you're good, man.
Come on, man.
Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get them to 1,000 just before we end. If you have enjoyed the show, let us know in the comments. Go and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and we'll see you next time. Take care.